All right, I thought I'd make a quick video while I'm in here. So if you ever notice that your either KEF 104s or reference ones, as we have here, loses base, well, that's why, because the internal surrounds have gone. So once you open up the back, pop out the crossover, snip the connections here, and then you're gonna need a 7mm ratchet to get out 3 nuts. All right, now you're gonna slowly peel this gasket off. You're gonna want to reuse this, so be careful. And then for all this, we're just gonna apply some rubbing alcohol or whatever cleaning product you want to use that is good at dissolving glue. And we're just gonna let it soak on the rim and scrape off some of this until we get to a point where we can just pull the whole thing out. So I'm gonna get to soaking. All right, after a good soak and a good scrape, you should have gotten most of the gunk out of the way. And then what you're gonna do is do another soak, and then you're gonna hit it with either steel brush, or I find sandpaper also works pretty good to get it all super clean. All right, we've done a bunch of brushing. That's pretty much all cleaned up. We're gonna go over it once more with some sandpaper, which also sort of just roughens up the surface and maybe makes the gluing all right, this might not be necessary, but at a certain point of soaking and with like a slight cut with a X-Acto knife, you can kind of get under the old glue and then just begin to peel it away. And this will save you a lot of time instead of trying to scrape the whole thing. Once you get it, you can just peel it all the way around in a circle. All right, we've got the inside. Whoa, that's a crazy illusion. It looks like it's already on, but it's not. It's upside down. You're gonna start by gluing a little ring around the middle guy and plopping her on. All right, the middle guy's on now, and you'll be able to tell when the voice coil is rubbing if you're pushing it off to one side or the other. But once you get this guy in, we're just gonna lay a bead all the way under here and just send it. It looks pretty darn centered to me. Maybe slightly more that way, but not by much. We'll be able to move it around a little bit with the glue until we get it in the perfect spot. So let's do that. All right, this part is really important. As you're putting this final seal on, you're gonna wanna push down in the middle, and if you hear it scraping, you're gonna push on the sides of the cone until you don't hear it scrape, which means you need to move this around in that direction until you don't get any of that. And we're looking pretty good, and as you can see, we're pretty much even. I mean, that looks a little bit closer than that one, but it's not enough to start rubbing the voice coil, as you can not hear, which is good. And you're just gonna keep tapping around until it sets, and then we're gonna put another layer of glue on and put the gasket on, and then we can put it back in, and it'll be good to go. And you don't even have to worry about it looking like absolute shit because it's on the inside of the speaker. One important detail when you put the gasket on, there's actually 6 screw holes, but only 3 of them are being used, so make sure that the holes line up to the actual screws on the inside of the speaker. Yeah. All right. And now we solder it back together. All right. We're wired up and secure. So we're going to drop it into place and then seal it back up.